What's happening, people? Welcome to the United Stand. Welcome to the Rants show, man. Listen, it's been a sick weekend.
It's been a great
How you
week.
feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Feeling like a winner. Just W's everywhere, bro. I'm telling you. It's mad. Arsenal on toast, blood. On toast.
Like that game, even in the build-up to it, we was obviously confident. Arsenal confident. You know, we done the previews with Robbie, and you done one with Troops, Claude, Ty, etc., etc.
I predicted that score. I told them, man, they're gonna hold 3 like the 4th official, blood. I told you.
You need to start getting them lottery numbers out as well.
Bruv, I keep getting these scores, bro. I don't know, like I just had a feeling, innit? Like I just put 2 and 2 together and I was just thinking, you know what, it's gonna be a shootout, innit? It was an end-to-end game. It was like a basketball match, but I just knew we were too clinical and too ruthless for them. So I thought, you know what, I'll give them a goal, but we're gonna score more than them.
And that is literally exactly how it played out. I mean, I went for a 2-1. And I thought it was on for that as well, to where we was at one point, and obviously we went and got the third. But like, you see before the game, be honest, because my reaction, when he made 5 changes,
Mad thing.
I was a bit like, Lukaku's starting, here we go.
It was only the attacking changes that worried me. The goalkeeper thing didn't worry me.
But they all worked.
The in didn't worry me, but the striker thing worried me, blood.
But how good did it work? Like, don't get Alexis, though, apart from the goal, wouldn't say he lit it up.
No, I'd say
Do you know what I'm saying?
Lukaku were both like, they were mediocre, bruv, like in the game, but they both did good things.
Yeah,
do you
in
know
the
what I
right
mean?
moments.
And in the right moments. Do you know what I mean? Alexis showed his quality, because even though he didn't play well, the way he rounded the keeper and then from that acute angle to still lift it into the goal, because if he plays that shot across the floor, the keeper maybe saves that, but he didn't sit up, he lifted it. Like, he showed his class at that moment. Like, the pass from Lukaku, he showed his class at that moment. But 9 times out of 10, like, he doesn't play that pass. Like, he loses it. Do you know what I mean? It's just that it happened to just come off at that time.
On the right wing as well, with him there, there was mileage in him doing that at Everton. He done that quite a lot, drifting that to the right. I know that was his actual position, though, when we played him there against Arsenal. Look, we've criticised Lukaku, and that's not just an agenda, that's just from what we're seeing. Rightly so, we've criticised him in the number 9 role when we're trying to play off him, play through him, play around him. It often falls down, his confidence is down, his technique is not there, etc., etc. Take away that side of it, though. From what you saw from him on the right wing, with him, we were looking for him in the channels. He was running the channels. He gave Kolasinac a lot to do. He held the ball up decent in the first half anyway, and found 2 clinical passes. Could we look at that and maybe go, you know what, Jesse, 9, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Or
against
just go back
against the shit teams, we can, for sure.
What shit teams are Arsenal?
Yeah, bruv, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, innit? Like, if Arsenal were better, like, in terms of Ashley Young was isolated a lot of the times 2-on-1s.
Yeah.
And he did the best he could, but because Lukaku wasn't offering anything defensively, like, Ashley Young was left very exposed.
But
like,
on the flip side,
got
did that
away
help
with
us?
it.
Because he cheated.
It helped us on the attack.
Yeah.
But defensively, like, against better opposition, instead of a Wobie, if man up against someone that's better, like, or a Salah or a Sane or a Sterling, man will get punished for that. Do you know what I mean? So against Arsenal, we got away with it, innit? That's all it was. Like, he didn't offer anything defensively and the ball didn't stick when it went up. But attacking wise, it's a great option to have, innit? Because he's very direct. His touch is dead, so he takes about 3 touches to get out his feet. But you get that kind of time.
He's getting it in space in a wide area where it's
exactly.
like you can run after that, and whilst you're running, obviously we're countering and we're getting numbers up with you. And to be fair, it's a good outlet for Ashley Young. It was. It's
a brilliant outlet because you know, with them 2 wide attacking players, every time we get the ball, we can just dink it into the channel.
Yeah.
That's all we were doing.
It makes a 60% ball into a 70, 80% ball, but just 5 chances.
It was a very direct counter attack. Instead of doing the side to side tippy tappy shit that Arsenal were doing, we were getting the ball into the midfield and they were opening up their body and just hitting the channel.
So does that show then? So with Ollie then, I always talk about the strings to his bow and how he's got to prove different situations. Yeah. And you've mentioned to me that we haven't been losing under him yet in a game. We haven't been behind. So with that said, does it show that Ollie looked at it and thought, you know what, in this game, this can work? So that's another string to his managerial bow in terms of, okay, I think with what Arsenal got on the night, with what we've got, I tell you what, Rom, your job's going to be this because it will work. But then against Burnley, when we need free flow and everything's back to restoration, it'll be very interesting to see how he goes back to what he does against Burnley. Do you know what I mean? To see his thinking. Because he's played, we kind of know what Ollie's best team is because he's played it more often than not, which is the front three of Martial, Rashford. He should go back to it.
He will go back to that. Do you know what I mean? This Arsenal thing was different because he thought, you know what, I need to keep my players fresh, innit? The good thing about rotation and what we did in 99 and stuff like that is you have to give your second strikers games because they need to be ready for when you need them. The problem is, what the other guy did with like Fred and Andreas and that, them man didn't get games. So because of that, when they come in, they're looking rusty. They're off the pace.
No confidence.
Like you can be training every week, but unless you're getting games, and it's not like back in the day where you can get a reserve game. Now it's the under 21s and that. So like there's no point playing in them games. Do you see what I'm saying? So these guys are inactive. So keeping Alexis sharp, keeping Lukaku sharp is only going to be beneficial to us going further down the line in the latter stages when we're in the next round of the FA Cup, later on in the season, and in the Champions League.
So if we keep staying on the changes that he made, obviously, like you said, the 5, Romero made some good saves.
Yeah.
But the Bailly one in for Jones, obviously, we're always going to support that one.
Yeah.
But the way he played as well, which was the right move, because I was saying, look, he needs to bring him in for this game. You got Lacazette up front, you got Aubameyang across the front. They're going to be quick, they're going to be physical. And he showed, he passed every test with flying colours. Apart from the goal we conceded where Lindelof kind of missed his clearance, then Bailly missed it, then Shaw didn't know where Aubameyang was. That was the one lapse we had. But apart from that, they didn't do anything. So are we looking at that saying, right, you've laid the fact, you've given the nod for Bailly to come in there. There's no reason now why Jones should come back in. You've kind of taken him out nicely, if you say, without upsetting that apple cart. But it's kind of like, okay, let's let Bailly and Lindelof build a partnership.
I hope so because they're our 2 best centre-halves. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think on form, Smalling was probably one of our best centre-backs before he got injured at the time. But Eric Bailly's got more to his game. He's better on the ball. You know what I mean? He's quicker. He's just, like, he's
Stronger.
an immense centre-back. Yeah, he's just an immense centre-back. He just needs confidence and he needs a run of games. It's been a combination of poor man management and injuries why he hasn't been able to get form. But if we consistently play him, we've definitely got.
And they could get a good partnership in it. You know, Lindelof is the, like Adam calls him, the ice cool, Mr. Cool.
He is. He's
you know what I mean? He's always in the right place. And Bailly could
it.
be the Vidic, who's just like nuts
That's
and just
exactly
on ripping man down and on kicking people and on just the scumbaggery side of it.
Yeah, bruv, they complement each other. One's a thinker, one's a technician, and one's just an absolute goat, blood.
Who just
like
wants
Eric
to defend.
Bailly, blood, I'm telling you. The
Yes, he's
elephant,
going to do
bro.
the rash thing. You might do a crazy pass where you think, oh, that was a bit close, or hold on to it too long and then do a Cruyff turn, and he's prone to that. But like you said, you need that kind of the duo act, innit?
Yeah. Like, I'm here for them two at the back, man. I think they can forge a very good partnership. They're similar in age as well. So if they're given time, like, they could form a very good partnership for years to come as well.
Jesse, false 9 again, worked, moonwalking for fun, dance floor, all of that jazz.
Man about Jesse Lingard
I mean, with that, I mean, there's some questions that we're going to take, and I know one of the questions is on Lingard, so I don't want to spend too much on Jesse right now, but just with his performance, obviously well-taken goal, what's your thoughts on him right now?
Told man about Jesse in a false 9. I told man, same way Bobby does it. And the way Bobby does it for Liverpool, he doesn't score as many goals, but the wide men score goals because he's the glue. That's what Jesse does. Jesse links the play. How often does the ball get played into Jesse up there and he loses it? Hardly ever. Whereas when it's going into Lukaku, it's bouncing off his shins, going all over the place. Jesse holds it, he moves it on, and then he makes a second and a third run. And his goal, he showed his football IQ because when everyone was sprinting into the box, he just paused and just let man keep going. And then he took a touch and just passed it into the bottom corner. He didn't smash at it.
No.
He was composed, relaxed, gave the keeper the eyes and stroked it into the corner, bruv. And that shows because when I see Lukaku play a lot of the time as well, every time the ball gets to the byline, he's just charging into the box.
Yeah.
Sometimes, just pause
stop.
the run.
Yeah, just stop. Yeah.
And let them go. Do you know what I'm saying? And real,
And that is top-notch, like forward movement in terms of sometimes the best movement is to not make any.
Exactly. To make space, you don't always have to run. Sometimes just don't move.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And he just stopped. And that's all it was. It was brilliant. And he's a very underrated player. Yeah, he's not an absolute worldie, but he's technically efficient. He's very tactically disciplined. And yeah,
And
man.
he's fit as a
And
fiddle
he's
as
fit
well.
a
Like, he can
fiddle.
run for days.
Like I said on the show, the 8 o'clock show on Sunday night, like, he's our Part G song of today. He is. Like, he's got it.
It's like if you took him out of our team and say, put Jesse in a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, he's probably not going to score 25 goals a
he's
season,
still
even
your
them.
top there.
But it's kind of like, you know what you're getting with him. And you know what it is? It's like you said, his ability on and more importantly, off the ball. It's what Jesse does off the ball that a lot of people don't realise. So a lot of rival fans can say, Jesse, what do you mean? I'd rather have Hazard over here. And I get that. It's that kind of that world classiness. But in terms of what he brings to your team,
don't affect the games as much as he does, bro.
On a consistent basis.
They don't. Hazard isn't more effective than Lingard. He's not. Because he has more bad games than he has good games, Hazard. Do you know what I mean? That is a fact. Do you know what I mean? For someone of his ability, does he affect the game the way he's meant to? No, he doesn't.
So you mean because Jesse gets consistent sevens over the season?
Exactly. Hazard, doesn't affect the game for Chelsea like Mo Salah affects it for Liverpool on a consistent basis. He doesn't.
But you're not saying Jesse's better than Hazard.
I'm not saying he's better than Hazard.
Because you know there's going to be people in the comments go, all right, just clear up what you...
I made it complete. It's clear. Yeah. Hazard's a much better footballer. On the ball, Jesse's not a worldie. No, he doesn't do loads of tricks. No, he's not the most amazing dribbler. Like, he doesn't dribble like Martial. But saying that, he scored goals in the Community Shield where he ran through 3-4 man. He scored a goal in, was it the FA or the League Cup when he ran through 3-4 man and banged it? The other one,
he showed little glimpses of doing it.
He can dribble. He ain't got the Velcro touch of a Tony Martial, or he hasn't got the flip-flap tricks of a Marcus Rashford, but he's technically sound, innit? And G was the same. Ji-sung Park was a good dribbler. Like, he wasn't super skillful. He didn't do step overs and that, but the ball stuck to him. He ran with it, dribbled in and out, give and go, movement.
It's more in the head. It's more how these players think. It's more when these players don't have the ball, they think, what can I do to be in a position of threat? You know, and when I do have the ball, what can I do to help us become a threat from this position on the pitch? You know, and again, if they make the first run and they don't receive the ball, they make a second, they make a third, they even make a fourth, and allow other players to play. And that is the same reason why, even in the World Cup, when England some people were being super critical of the likes of Sterling and the likes of Jesse and Dele Alli.
Jesse scored goals.
He scored goals, and it's what they do off the ball. You know what I mean? Does it give us a problem? A good problem, but a problem in terms of, you look at Alexis then, he came off the bench, but got a start, scored. You know, you're looking at the front three then at our disposal. You know, does Jesse come out for Alexis? Does Rashford sit? You know, or do we just keep game by game, tweaking?
I don't think there's a problem. I think
it's a good problem.
Ollie knows his front three, innit? He knows. And also,
so Alexis ain't in that.
Alexis and Lukaku haven't done enough to warrant a start. They haven't. Even though Lukaku got 2 assists, he hasn't done enough, bruv, because his performance over the 90 minutes the 80 minutes or 75 minutes he played wasn't good. Yeah. Now, I mean, he done a couple good things. Like,
that's what we can't forget there, isn't it?
The match was ludicrous.
Yeah, I couldn't understand
the way Paul Pogba played, Lindelof played, Herrera
was my man of the match.
Do you know what I mean? And he gave it to Lukaku because he got 2 assists. Bruv, like, that tells you that a lot of these man, like, they're not watching the game, innit? Like, these stat merchants,
just looking at the key moments. Yeah.
These stat merchants that are giving out man of the matches and stuff like that, that's insane, bruv. How man get 2 assists, and because he got 2 assists, he gets man of the match?
Because in the second half as well, you saw his performance started to die, and that was when I rate Ollie, because he made the change at the right time. Lukaku was giving the ball away, not holding it up as well as he was in the first half. It just didn't work. And Alexis was obviously following that pattern. And then you look at Marcus and Tony to come off on at that time. It's just the perfect thing. And then
tired legs, and then you bring on them two.
You just don't want to see that, do you?
Mad. Do you know what
Arsenal fans will tell you that. I spoke to Troops, and Troops was saying the same thing. Yeah. I just couldn't believe when he came on. Another one of my family members is an Arsenal fan. He was just like, as soon as I saw them two come on,
you knew it was curtains.
I just said it was over. Like it's like, because I looked at them and thought, they're basically bringing on Ronaldo and Messi. That's how we saw. That's how we saw it at the time.
That's how it must have felt when they got tired legs, and you're seeing them two man speed demons, brother, and them man are direct, so they're not gonna give you a moment's rest. And then Rashford don't stop running and that. Do you know what I mean? The pressing and that. Nightmares, bro. And that showed the difference between him and the last guy, because at 2-1 it would have been Phil Jones and Fellaini on shut up shop. We would have been defending for our lives, heading corners away. We wouldn't be pushing out, and we'd just be hoofing it long. That's all we would have been doing.
And that's it. That's exactly what we would have done under the other guy. And we're not seeing that. We keep seeing game in, game out that Ollie's staying true to his word in terms of we're going to go after teams. I don't know if you saw Jesse on Soccer AM the following day. Okay. He was basically, Jimmy Woodard was saying to him, so what's the difference, mate? Oh, do you know what I mean? Why are you enjoying your football now, aren't you? And he's like, the main difference is attacking football. Like, because Jesse's quite reserved, and he don't throw shade, but he tries to answer in a diplomatic way. But what he was saying is it's just about attacking football now, expressing ourselves. You know, that's the main difference. And, you know, smiles on our faces. And so obviously he's throwing shade at Jose, but that's not Jesse's style to try and badmouth the guy. But he's saying it, you know what I'm saying? He's saying that's the main difference why we're enjoying our football. So there you go. Listen, guys, you guys have obviously been in the comments as well and sending us your tweets, which we love. I have to say, before we go into that section, the support, man, I've been receiving like messages from you guys from all over the world. Malawi, Singapore, USA, Ethiopia, Norway, Sweden.
Like Sri Lanka, Canada, like India, you name it. Like everyone, bruv.
It just shows, isn't it, like how far this community is going, and you lot are loving it, and we just love giving you the content, man. So between us, Sophie, Mark, like we're just giving you that A1 content. So let's go into the tweet section and see what you guys are saying. So at JR2_YT says, no Neymar for the first game versus PSG now guaranteed. How much will this increase our chances of winning the tie, or will it not affect it as much as Mbappe and Cavani are still a big threat? Thoughts? And I've recently, since we started filming this, just before, I'm pretty sure it said that he's Neymar's probably out of both. Do we look into that and say, yeah, happy days, we're definitely going to win now?
I don't know. I think they've both got enough quality to cause us problems, these two that are left. To be honest, Neymar's not as a big a miss as if they didn't have Mbappe. Do you know what I mean? Because for me, like Neymar's quality, mad skillful and that, but Mbappe's pace, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Ruin anyone.
That can ruin anyone. That's the difference. Neymar don't have that Sonic the Hedgehog pace that Mbappe's got.
That meat roadrunner.
Yeah, like that's what is more worrying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Against like a Luke Shaw, if Mbappe's down the right hand side or something like that.
Even against Ashley Young.
Against Ashley Young, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I think it's a big miss for them, and I'm glad that all three of them aren't playing together. But you can't rest on your laurels, man, when you got an Mbappe, man.
Exactly. They still, I agree. They still got threats. Look, any team that loses the likes of a player of as good as Neymar is going to be weakened. You're obviously not as strong if you don't have him in there.
Yeah. But
they've got threats all over the front. I know Verratti's injured as well, so that's another miss. But you can't, like Rants saying, you can't look at it player for player. They've still got other players who can hurt you at any moment if you're not switched on or you're not set up right. And if you give Mbappe too much space and time, he's gone. He's gone. And if you give him a sniff, he's shown, he's like you said in, I think it's last week's show, when you said about how clinical he is. So, you know, that game, I'm really looking forward to it though. And you know what? I'm actually going to say it from this way around. I actually want Neymar to play. I want to see us under Oli, because there's some more questions about Oli. But with him, what I will say, since we're on this topic, we need to see all the different kind of tests. We need to see we need to see us against a strongest 11 of another side, a top European side. We need to see us when we're 1-0 down, 2-0 down. We need to see us after we've lost 2 on the bounce. Like, we need to see us in these situations. We can't just
lose 2 on the bounce.
No.
That's
But
mad.
you know what I'm saying? No, Man City have done it, you know, and they've bounced back, and you see what they. So I want to see us. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't want to say, I hope we lose the next 2 so we can see. But you know what I'm saying? It's easy when everything's rosy.
Yes.
It's easy when everything clicks into place. So, and injuries as well. We might get a couple of injuries. What if Rashford gets injured? What if, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see that. So the fact that Neymar is not there, look, you don't wish injury on a player, but obviously PSG will not be as strong. But they've got threats all over the park, man. So, you know what I mean? At Makins101 says, will Oli be as good a coach / manager if Mike steps away at the end of the season? That's a really good question.
I don't think Mike will, bruv. I reckon if Oli stays, Mike stays. I think they came together because
the board can't upset that.
Bruv, Mike wasn't Oli's number 2 in Mulder. So the fact that they've been put together, clearly they come together. Like, it's a package deal. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, oh yeah, we're going to get Oli and then Mike in, and then Mike will go back, but we'll keep Oli. No, because then you're giving Oli the job based on the fact he was with Mike, and then you're taking Mike away.
Yeah,
like,
so then it's not the same. It's not the same set of circumstances.
It's not the same thing. So it don't make no damn sense. Like if Oli stays, then
you want Mike
Mick
surely
stays.
as well. Yeah,
Mick's got to stay, brother. And I believe it's both of them or none of them.
I agree with that. I don't think that the board can look at it properly and say, you know, right, we'll give you the job, but Mike has to go. Mike's just part of the furniture. And realistically, you know, Mike is the most underrated thing about this whole interim thing.
I said it. Remember, as soon as we got them man in, I said everyone's sleeping on the fact that we got Mick Phelan back. Everyone's talking about our Solskjaer and relegation and Cardiff. It was never about Solskjaer. It was about Mick Phelan coming back. That's what it was always about. It was about the suits coming back. Do you know what I mean? It was about.
They said they got to wear suits to away games now, and that's it. We're Man United. That's how we conduct ourselves.
Warm-ups and the training coming back, the old school way of doing things, everything, the mentality, the preparation, all of that coming back. That's what it was about.
This is going to be an interesting one. I've got 2 bits to this for you. This is from @JSpruill17. Thanks for this. He says, what are your thoughts on Pochettino's comments yesterday when Tottenham went out of the Cup? So for those of you who don't know, this is what Pochettino said. Again, we're going to have to debate whether a trophy will take the club to the next level. I don't agree with it. It only builds your ego. The most important thing for Tottenham right now is to always be in the top 4. Just before you answer, Rants, if you're going to be a Man United manager, you cannot. Yeah, and this is fact. This is what he said. If you're going to be a Man United manager, there's no way in hell you can have the notion that trophies don't mean anything. So that worries me. But is he just saying this because he's the Tottenham manager and that's their priority? Their priority is to get into the top 4. They don't have money to spend and they're concentrating on the stadium. Is he coming from that, or is he coming from he's not a big manager?
He's managing expectation. That's all he's doing. He's saying, guys, because obviously he's just signed a long-term deal, innit? So he's had the conversation with the chairman. He's probably said, you know what, I don't have a lot of money to spend. And also, what generates the most amount of revenue is finishing top 4, not winning these cups. So I have to prioritize top 4. I think he's speaking from a Tottenham viewpoint, and he's just trying to manage the fans' expectations and also.
But their fans expect they want a trophy.
Of course they want it, but them man are not balancing the books, fam.
So you think it's more the club's expectation?
It's more the club's expectations are, yo, finish top 4 because it makes me X amount million.
Yeah. Levy's saying we got a new stadium. I don't care if we don't win anything. An FA Cup's not going to give us that much more money. We need to be in the Champions League.
This is it, blood. That's what Levy's saying. It has to be that. Because really, for their squad and the amount of time that they haven't really had any serious injuries, they ain't had any big players out for 6 months and that. Do you know what I mean? Harry Kane gets niggles every here, like here, there, and everywhere, but so does everyone else. But they haven't had a season where they've had like serious long-term injuries. So for me, I think they should definitely have a trophy already. And the fact that Poch is trying to pour cold water on this, it's only from a Tottenham point of view. He said He said Tottenham now is to always be in top 4. He said Tottenham.
Which is right because Tottenham 5-6 years ago were not consistently getting in it.
Bruv, the manager's not coming out and saying that if the chairman hasn't said to him, bruv, this is the objective.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't feel comfortable doing that because he gets sacked. Yeah,
that's it. The way
he's talking from a Tottenham point of view, not to say if he come to Man United,
I don't need to win a trophy. Top 4 is enough because that's what his managers told him.
Because just know if you come to Man United, bro, that can't run.
That can't run, innit?
But on the Poch thing though, does he, when they keep bottling finals and this notion that a lot, even the Arsenal fans will say it, and obviously because they hate Tottenham, I get it. But even other rival fans, sorry, what I was going to say is that. But Poch hasn't won anything. What's this infatuation with him if he hasn't won anything? Now, me and you have both said, obviously, before Oli came, and that we'd have Pochettino in a heartbeat. We should go all out for him. And then, obviously, the way things have turned out, you're probably looking at it like, it's Oli's to lose. It's Oli's to lose.
It is Oli's.
Do you know what I mean? But does Poch fail at that hurdle? Should he have won something with this team, regardless of the lack of investment?
He should have.
So why hasn't he, do you reckon? Is that his managerial thing? He's not.
I don't know, innit? All I know is he should have, bruv. Like. Man can make excuses all they want. Like, I like Poch because he doesn't spend a lot of money. He has a very clear set philosophy of football. He signs well. Do you know what I mean? He very rarely buys a player and they don't do well. So all of those things combined, especially the fact that we're not spending big and we need to progress. Like, the way he took Tottenham from to where they are now, there's clear progression. He done the same thing with Southampton. There's clear progression. So with that in mind, he's proven himself as a top-level coach, but he'll never be an elite-level coach until he wins something. And right now, Solskjaer's won more things in football than him.
That's true.
So, do you know what I mean? The way we're playing football right now, if we finish in the top 4, then Solskjaer's done a better job than Pochettino. Like,
of course.
You can't argue that because man were 11 points off 5th when he came in. And now we're 8 wins on a bounce and haven't gone behind yet. So... if it's between them two at the end of the season and we finish in the top 4, then it has to be Oli's job.
Yeah, I agree. It's his to lose right now. Like I said, if we carry on this vein of form, and even if, like I said, even if we, he misses the top 4 by 3 points because we had that one loss where we, or 2 losses, even if we missed it by 6 points because we had 2 losses, but he won all the rest of the games and we had a decent. I'm looking at the bigger picture and I'm just kind of like, well, look how the players responded. What would happen if we give him a whole summer with back-in, a pre-season, tie these guys down on long-term contracts and really try and build something when the problem, the answer to a lot of the problems was on the doorstep the whole way. We've tried managers from afar. We've tried managers with proven track records who have won everything there is to win. We've had it.
Exactly what I said on the show yesterday. I said we tried everything. We tried the longevity, knows the Premier League bullshit, David Moyes. We tried the foreign philosophy, Louis van Gaal, promoted all the youth, promoted some of the biggest names in the last 20 years in football. That's won everything. We tried that because Louis has won everything. And then we tried the proven winner, knows the Premier League, won everything. We tried all these. The only thing we haven't tried is bringing in our own guy, blood. Someone that's been from here, that knows here, that is is here, bruv. Like, man done his coaching badges here. Do you know what I mean? He coached here. He is one of us, bro. And now it's like watching a fan manage the team, bro.
That's exactly what it's like. It's like one of us is getting the job and just like doing it. And I have to say,
he makes the changes that I'm screaming on Twitter, and then he makes them. And
starting lineup, same thing, and the way we play, it's like he's just screaming out for everything that we said. And I have to say, look, you know how I am. If I get something wrong or change my perception or opinion, it's not called flip-flopping. It's called looking at it for what it is and going, do you know what? I was wrong. Because, you know, the whole time I was saying that we have to go for Pochettino. We have to do this. We have to do that. Now on what I've seen...
Yeah, but none of us could have seen...
You couldn't have predicted what was going to happen.
Solskjaer thing, bruv. And we've got four... it's not just feeling and Solskjaer, it's Carrick and McKenna as well. We have 4 coaches now. And 4 coaches will always be better than one. If Poch comes in, he brings in his own people.
He's not going to want Ollie as the sub, as the side man.
I don't know if he keeps Ollie and
that's a disrespect to Ollie. I think. I think he's proved that he at the reins as the head of it. Him with feeling there, they've proved even in 8 games. I know there's still time for it to go wrong, but even in 8 games, they've shown what could potentially be. So to have him and say you can be Ollie Poch's assistant, that can't work.
Because these men are behind him. You see, when you've got the team playing for you, it doesn't go wrong. When it goes wrong is when the dressing room split. When certain men don't know whether they're coming or going. Even Lukaku's come out saying, yo, he sits you down. He tells you why you're not playing. He tells you when you're going to play. This, that, and the other. Everyone wants to play with him. And then Solskjaer's come out saying, yep, Rom's done it for Everton. He's done it for Belgium on the right-hand side. We spoke about it. We know he likes to play there, so we're playing him there. So he's clearly communicating with his players, and he's playing to their strengths, innit? And because they're all playing for him, even if we were to lose a game, the next game, someone's getting slapped. It's not going to affect their confidence. They're going to be like, all right, cool, we lost. Next game, we go out there and just cut someone up.
That's it. You don't get the sense that we'll go on a rut and just the arrogance. Every time we go into a game now, like, I just feel like and Ollie, even Jesse said on Soccer AM, he told us like all we're gonna do is stay true to our word and outscore teams. Like if they score 1, we'll score 2. If they score 2, we'll score 3.
We have a belief that we'll just go out there and outscore other teams. So it don't matter.
With this one, Reza Sunday says, do you think we'll beat Arsenal again in March? And how do you think they will cope with another L?
Blood, and they'll melt down again, fam. Like, that's what it is, bro.
What dance move do you think Jesse will bring up for that?
Who knows, but he'll score, bruv. You know what I mean? I predicted the score and also that Jesse would bag as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because Jesse does it in the big games. He does it. He scored against Chelsea. He scored here. He scores in our cup finals as well, bruv. Man scored in the World Cup. Like, Jesse has the temperament and he's just a big game player, bruv. Like, and we'll beat them again. For sure, bro.
And you're looking at it like we're level on points with them, so they're ahead on goal difference. But if you look at the fixtures that we're actually playing at the moment, you know, we've got Burnley next at home, should be 3 points. Leicester at home, while they've got to play City. Then we've got Fulham away.
Winnable.
Obviously, we've got PSG at home. Then we've got Liverpool at home. Which, you know, I'm confident. I'm confident. I think we're going to beat them. Then Palace away. Southampton home. So and then the next Premier League game after that is Arsenal. So you're looking at the games there, bar the Liverpool one where you're like, okay, we could draw. You never know, could have a banana skin. But you're looking at it thinking
these are all winnable
we should
games.
be more than 3 points ahead of them by then. Where like I'm not saying that we will. I'm not trying to think. But even if we did lose, it's like we got the cushion. But anyway, you know what? What I keep thinking is, all right, we've done the Arsenal thing now. I don't even want to keep concentrating on them because really, we need to be catching Chelsea. But they're the ones that are fourth. That's who we really... I don't want to talk about Arsenal no more, if I'm honest. Like, it was nice going there, doing the moonwalk thing. But it's Chelsea. Like, Arsenal, cool. Like, I think my prediction is...
I think in the next 2 games...
we'll be ahead of them.
We'll definitely be ahead of Arsenal in the next 2 games.
I think they'll beat Cardiff next when we got Burnley. But the next one after that is us. We're away to Leicester and they've got City away. So we should be 3 points ahead of them by then.
Crucified, bro. You know what I mean? And we could even close the gap on Chelsea as well by then.
Exactly.
I mean, because what is it, 4 points?
Yep.
There you go. So, like, we're coming for teams, man.
Yeah. I've got another one here as well, actually. Let me just go into that one because you guys have just been sending them. Okay, here you go. This is like Lingard one. People keep talking about Lingard being a bench player, but he is an international wearing number 7 shirt for England as a starter. How much do you guys think he's worth in today's market? For me, definitely over 60 million.
Lingard's my guy, bro. I've been telling people, like, people don't rate him, because either they don't understand him or they're not judging him fairly. Do you know what I mean? They're comparing him against players that don't play in his position, that don't have his attributes, or they just don't appreciate what he offers, innit? So, like, in today's market, what do you say, about 60?
Yeah, I don't think 60 M's.
No, I don't. But you never know. Like that's.
If he was on the market, so then we put him up, would he be worth 60 million?
English, though. Do you know what I mean? Because he's English, there's always a premium on these players.
I think 40.
Bruv, Andy Carroll went for 35 million back in the day, so Jesse can't go for 40 million now. No way. Do you see what I'm saying?
60 M's.
But think about it. The market's inflated.
How much was? I'll tell you what.
Henderson.
Yeah,
was
but look,
25.
what's his name? Oxlade-Chamberlain went to Liverpool for 35 M's.
What about what's Oxlade-Chamberlain made one? But he's dead food, innit? Like,
won the FA Cups. He's won all the FA. He's won more FA Cups than Jesse Lingard.
No, he's good, yeah. Oxlade, yeah, but really and truly.
And he made an impact. I'm just saying that's the kind of benchmark.
Oxlade ain't starting for England and scoring more cups. He's not in it.
With the form he was in before he got, cropped.
No, don't get it. No, he should have been starting for England if he stayed fit. But he didn't, bruv. So man could do the if, buts and maybes. Do you know what I'm saying?
So roundabout between.
I reckon about
50 up.
About 50. I reckon about 50 probably he would go for. But bruv, he's not for sale, bruv. He's mank born and bred, rude boy.
As they say, bruv. Yeah. We need to get Lingard a song, man.
Bruv, I'm telling you, it's an embarrassment, bruv. Like Lingard and Pogba ain't got tunes like that, yeah, because them man weren't really on them because they weren't feeling the dancing. But now you lot are cool with it, yeah. That's what I mean. Certain man are fickle.
I do love that whole, because now it's like the dancing thing. They're celebrating it now.
How have we got Fred and Sanchez in a song and we don't have Jesse Lingard and Pogba songs, bruv? It's an embarrassment, cuz.
Let's get to work. Let's let the challenge.
Bro, bruv, you lot. We need that. We need that, innit? Like, in the comments, like, no dead ones as well, please. But honestly, man, I'm talking about, Marcus is man, born and bred, so is Jesse, blood. Like, Jesse needs to get the same love that Marcus gets, bro.
We need to get Jesse in there. We need to. Jesse needs his own song, bro. Man, like Jay Lings.
PP's the general anyway. Even if he ain't got a song, blood, he conducts the orchestra anyway, blood. But Jesse definitely needs a song, bruv. Do you know what I mean? He's legendary, blood. Man done the moonwalk at the Emirates and the Millie Rock.
Taking the piss. And who knows what it's going to be. Like I said even before, I said strictly come dancing at the Emirates. That's what it's going to be. And that's what it was, innit? Just hold the L, Arsenal fans. Like I said, we're chasing Chelsea now.
100%.
Next one. Rue Barger says, do you think we will sign anyone deadline day? It wouldn't be the first time we've done it.
No, I don't think we will. But if we do, I'll be happy. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, I said it
before. It's not a necessity, is it?
I said it before, guys. Remember when I told you, we've got a good enough squad to challenge for the league, and enough of you lot were laughing and talking about Deadwood and all that bollocks? Imagine if we started the league with Ollie. We would definitely be in the top 3 now. Definitely. Definitely.
That is true, isn't it? If you look at, we've had our worst start in 28 years and look at the position we're actually in. I know rival fans will argue that we're still 6th or whatever.
But it doesn't matter because still 6th is not valid because we've closed 11 points in 8 games, bruv. That's not 8.
And
that's
scored
not 8
like
Premier
23,
League games
24
either.
goals.
That's not 8
Only
Premier League
conceded
games.
5.
That's just 8 games, bruv. That's not 8 Premier League games. We've closed 11 points. So, man can suck on that. So, you know what I'm saying? So when they're like, but you're still 6th. For now. Because we're only in January. For now, innit? Like, when it comes to springtime, we're going to be up there.
The next batch of games, I'm just saying, like, it's so winnable. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to jinx it, but the confidence that we've got right now.
We're going to drop points at some point.
Of course, we're not going to win every game from now to the win.
We might draw in that, but the facts are, with the firepower we've got, every team we play against, I expect to score a goal.
And they're going to fear us now as well.
They're going to fear us because they know that we score goals, bruv. We're scoring 2s and 3s like every game.
I can't wait. Do you know what? I actually can't wait to play against City.
Me neither.
At home. FA Cup.
I can't wait to play Liverpool at home.
I can't wait.
That game's going to be amazing because you see if we clap them on a mad one, do you understand the shit I'm going to talk? Like, man don't understand. Because all these men were like, we're your biggest game of the season. Yeah, you lot just want to stop us from winning the league. You lot stop yourself from winning the league every time you want to run, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't make Stevie G trip. It wasn't me. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's got nothing to do with that. Man, I've been dying on your own, blood. Nothing to
putting
do with
on
United,
molds when you need
nothing
studs,
to do with United, bruv. When you died in the Champions League final or in the Europa League final, like, it ain't because of us you die, blood. You die because you die. This is it. So I would love it if we beat them. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Hold tight, man, like Kevin Keegan, man. Listen, we've got a very winnable run of games, and I think if I was to say to you, give me a prediction of where you think we will be at the end of February.
I think we'll be 3rd. I do. I said...
3rd?
Yeah, I do. I think Chelsea, like, their man are impotent, bruv. They're firing blanks, innit? Yeah, they got the pizza boy Higuain and that, but he's dead food. Like, he's dead food, bruv. He's washed, innit? Like, from you getting him on loan mid-season, yeah, you know he's not the player he was. Because he was at Real Madrid.
So you don't think there's a chance that maybe it could click for them and then
bruv,
Chelsea are on some serious crap?
Real Madrid, and now he's being loaned in January for no money. So you know something's going terribly wrong, innit? Because even with the Sanchez Mkhitaryan, man try to get our money for him. Like, they were willing to loan a striker in January. So that means he's not doing it, innit? That's what it means, innit? Like, you don't need to read between the lines there. So he's not the answer. He's not the answer. Them man are struggling for scoring goals, really. That's what it is. All that tippy-tappy, left, right, up, down, back, forward shit. Yeah, that's all well and good, bro, but we're sticking the ball in the net more than you're sticking the ball in the net. Do you know what I mean? And that goes the same for Tottenham as well. We're sticking the ball in the net more than you're sticking the ball in the net.
When we play Liverpool, though,
by the time Harry Claim gets back here in March, them man could be out the top 4.
Yeah. You saw them got dashed out the FA Cup as well. With the FA Cup, I mean, look, we've got a good chance of winning it. You look at, obviously, Tottenham out of it now, Arsenal out of it, Liverpool out of it. It's only
Liverpool out of it?
They lost against Wolves, didn't they, remember? In the season, in the round before.
Bruv, yeah, that happened so long ago. You know, man, I don't even focus on the dippers. You know the ones there. But now, when man seen it, all them man are out, that means it's only Chelsea and City left in...
That's what I'm saying. So, and we're at the 5th round
I would love City in the final, blood. That's what I want.
Straight out calling it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind slapping Chelsea as well, blood. Since man are taking over London, we might as well just slap them as well, bruv, because Arsenal and Tottenham got big.
Who do you want for the next round? Just a nice, easy one at home.
Yeah, bruv, a nice one. I want to see Mason get a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want a nice, easy tie. Get Mason, like, a last 20 minutes or something when we're 3-0 up, or get Chong a few minutes or something like that. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
You know, Ollie's been talking about the youngsters and saying he's, laying the foundations for the future and that, and we've got young players who need to be getting a look in and stuff. When do you think... we'll start seeing the likes of Gomez, Chong, Garner,
this
Greenwood.
season, I think if we get a nice easy tie, if we get a nice easy tie in the next round, these men will travel. You know what I mean? Because Mason's a real
especially if it's at home.
Driller. How's Mason got more goals than games? He's taking the piss, bruv.
He is.
Do you understand how good this kid is? He's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So it's only a matter of time. Ollie will give him a chance, and Ollie's a striker himself, so Ollie will have a soft spot for Mason. Like, Chong will get his time. Do you know what I mean? Garner, all these men will get minutes, innit? So I think if you get a nice easy tie at home, score a couple goals in the first half, give these men 20 minutes.
Show's been going well. It's been flying by. I have to say, before we wrap up, the contract situation though. Martial still hasn't signed.
Worried about
De Gea still hasn't signed.
Not worried.
Herrera said there's more important things than my contract. If I've earned it, then we'll talk. And I'm not a greedy person, and he's not. I think we need to sign him up quick.
Herrera's staying, bruv. Like, Herrera's come out. He loves the club, and he said that there's more important things because there is. That's his way of saying there's no hurry. I'm gonna sign the thing when it comes, innit? That's all it is. He ain't going nowhere, so it's fine. Tony ain't going nowhere. He's making all the right noises. And it didn't take long. The guy loves it, bro. His song gets sang even when he's not on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? He ain't going nowhere. Like, he knows where his bread's buttered. Same with Big Dave as well. Like, where you gonna go? Sideways. Because we're on the up. We're on the up now. Do you know what I mean? If Dave was gonna leave, he would have left under snoring, blood. Yeah, but now he's not leaving now. Like, I'm not worried about anyone we want leaving. Matter might leave because he wants a 2-year deal. And we want to offer him one. And to be honest, he's surplus to requirements because he's too slow to play the football we want to play. So as much as I love him as a person and a player, bro, like, we won't miss you. Like, we won't if you leave.
Realistically, I think, in the summer, you're looking at it like Valencia, Jones.
McMayo on loan can go somewhere.
Yeah, he can go. Darmian will probably end up going just because he's just not getting the game time. Although I don't mind him as a utility man, but fair play, he needs to go and get games. Mata, that's 5. Herrera you keep.
Yeah, did you
Ashley
say
Young,
Fellaini gone as well?
Fellaini, oh yeah.
See, that's just
Fellaini.
And then we get rid of the dead wood and all of a sudden...
we can bring in 5 new players there.
And not just that, we can promote.
We
can promote the youth, blood. We can promote youth
Could
players.
have Greenwood on the bench every game.
Bruv, and he needs to be on the bench. So, like, and also that frees up a lot of wages because Fellaini just signed a new contract, remember?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's on at least 100 bags. Do you know what I mean? So it frees up a lot of money, to give the pay rises to these players that want them, which I think is what Ed's probably trying to do, trying to clear out the bullshit. And then he can say, you know what, I can take this money from you and then put it on next man. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what them man are doing. So I'm not worried about the contract situation. I think we're flying high at the moment. Everything's positive. You see how positive we are. Like, man are shutting down fan cams, bruv. You ain't seen fan cams.
Absolute scenes,
You have not seen fan cams in the history of fan cams. Like the Tottenham and the Arsenal fan cams. You haven't. You can go on every other fan channel. You're not seeing mosh pits like that. You're not, innit? You're not. So that tells you the mood at the club right now. So if that's how we feel, don't know the guys that actually have the boots laced up how they're feeling. No one's going nowhere.
100%, man. Listen, the show has absolutely flown by. We're happy that we can give it to you. I have to end on this note. Thank every single one of you, whether you support Man United or not, and you just watch us because you enjoy watching our content as United
100%.
Stand. Thank you to every single one of you. You lot are sick. The messages of support that have been coming our way, to Mark, to
even at
me,
that
to
Arsenal
you.
game, Arsenal fans want to take pictures, everything, bro. Like we
It's all
appreciate
love,
everyone
man. It's all love.
everyone that supports our show, supports the content on the United Stand,
That's
and
it.
all the positive messages. And we are fucking back, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's not premature now. That's 8 on the bounce. We are back. No more banter FC. Them man can have that back.
Pass the torch straight
and that
back.
bus ain't never late, bruv. The banter bus. Like, yeah, we ain't on board that shit right now.
Listen, guys, make sure you guys check Rants out on the socials.
Yeah, at Rants and Bants on Twitter for all your trolling needs. Rants and Bants on Instagram.
All of them. Listen, this guy, you know what I mean? Jesus, man. I
At
don't know what's
Rants
wrong
and
with you.
Bants on Instagram and the Rants and Bants YouTube channel.
Hit 20k as well?
Yeah, bro. Like, and
Good achievement,
I
man.
woke up on Christmas Day on 11.5k, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, on Christmas Day, bro. And literally, I've nearly doubled my subs in a month.
That's
bro.
good, man. Keep pushing out that A1 content. I know you're going to be
Yeah, but
nothing
that's
less
'cause
than yourself.
I wasn't posting. Like, I had my YouTube channel. I didn't post for a year and a half, bruv. And then I
Yeah.
just decided on Christmas, I was like, I'm going to go into the new year and just start posting regular. And then boom. Do you know what I
There
mean?
you
And
go.
a big up to you guys.
Yeah, man, definitely. At me on the socials, FlexUTD. Get at me on Instagram. Starting to do a lot more stories on there and Twitter. Make sure you guys follow the United Stand on all the socials, Instagram, obviously on Twitter and Facebook. Guys, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Drop your views in the comments in the boxes below. Let us know what you're thinking, how you're feeling. And this guy's happy. These guys happy. And I'm happy. Peace.